Hello everybody, it's vanburman here. Welcome back to another video today. Just want to talk on and discuss my thoughts about Bethesda not using Steam for the upcoming Fallout 76 release. Now, we've seen other bigger companies do this before, where they've not released games on Steam. So, EA, for example, they had the whole debacle with, I want to say, it's Mass Effect 2, or is it Mass Effect 3? One of the two, that they weren't going to release it on Steam because Electronic Arts wanted full control over the microtransactions they were putting into the game. And Steam have got a policy where the microtransactions go through their Steam store rather than a third party. So that then triggered off the war between those two. And obviously now you don't see any of EA's games on Steam for that reason. Now, there are other publishers who have their own storefronts, such as Ubisoft with their Uplay, and they're more than happy to run their products through on Steam as well. And I think it's more of a sort of a popularity thing. I think EA, because of its fairly substantial back catalogue and because of the amount of studios and high-profile studios that they do have, felt like they could have their own storefront for EA products. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't believe they have any products for any other company on their storefront that I'm aware of. But obviously with things like FIFA and well, mainly FIFA, and obviously Battlefront making them, mainly FIFA, making them such huge amounts of money, to release it onto Steam and Steam to take 20%, 30%, whatever it is they take of microtransaction money, is a huge loss to EA when, they know they could release it on their own platform, take 100% of the profits, and people will still go to, will go to their platform if they want to go and play those games. That's, they've got enough drawing power there. Anyway, I've spoke too much about EA now, but you then look at Bethesda, and I look at the similarities, and do I think that Bethesda are going down a similar route? Well, they're definitely not as big as EA. They don't have as many studios as EA. They do have probably as many attractive IPs as EA do, but they don't really have the back catalogue. They don't have, as I say, the studios. So that can't be the reason for them wanting to move over to their own launcher, which, by the way, is okay. I've used it for the Fallout 4 editor and that sort of stuff, which, it's a bit more of an inconvenience when you've already got everything installed on Steam and you can't just install the editor through there, but whatever, it is what it is. And now, the fact that they're releasing an online game, yes, okay, the Elder Scrolls came out and that was on Steam, but they're releasing an online game that's going to be bigger than the Elder Scrolls Online, for all intents and purposes. And maybe they're looking at it in the same sort of way that EA did initially. They're thinking, well, we can get 100% of microtransactions as opposed to Steam taking a 30% cut. Now, there haven't actually been any mentionings of microtransactions in Fallout 76. So that is bizarre, to say the least, as to, or if that's a bit foreboding that that's what we're going to be getting. I don't know, it's too early to judge. But without a doubt, Steam is becoming a less attractive proposition for gaming developers. And I feel it's because it's obviously many factors, but one of them is that they just have so many games released and they take such little quality control on themselves before allowing a game to be released that you're starting to get people that are shying away now from using Steam. And don't get me wrong, they're still the biggest fish in the room. They're still the one I use. I can't imagine them not being the market leader. But as to whether other companies like GOG and maybe Origin and Uplay for a small amount will claw back some of the market share that Steam has, which, if you're absolutely diehard Steam fan and you love them, then that can only be a good thing. It means that Steam has to up the game, and it also means that we'll get a better service all round, I feel, anyway. So rather than Steam having the monopoly, they might actually have to take some responsibility for the games that they allow to be released on their platform. Not a huge amount. I mean, we're literally just asking that, you know, a game is to a certain minimal standard, which really doesn't have to be that high, and you know, straight away whack out a huge amount of the complaints around the Steam store. So I find it quite interesting that Bethesda are choosing to go down this route. They were also questioned on if the new Doom game was going to be on Steam, and apparently no decision's been made on that one as of yet. Once again, the microtransaction thing goes through my head, but we'll have to wait and see. I have my suspicions that Doom will come out on Steam. It opens it up to a wider audience on the PC. And feel as though if you've got a game that you do want to be truly successful, on the PC, you really do have to release it on Steam. Without a doubt, it makes a big difference. And I don't know if they'll see that with Fallout 76. I guess that will remain to be seen. It won't stop me from playing it. It won't stop the people I know who are very interested in playing it. But, you know, the people who might have been casual observers to the Fallout franchise, to Fallout 76, you know, they might have less exposure because of the fact that it's not on Steam. Obviously, Steam will push a game like Fallout 76 to the hill. And so, rightly they should, because it will be one of the big launches of the year. Anyway, I've given my thoughts on it, just a bit of a perspective on the whole situation. And I don't really know exactly how I feel. Personally, I would have liked it to come out on Steam. I'm a big user of that. Not that I have a problem with Bethesda's launcher. But, yeah, you know, it's nice to have everything all in one place. I definitely feel that way. Anyway, guys, hope you appreciate it. If you got any thoughts of your own on this situation, let me know. I feel as though I've used my own knowledge as far as it can go in regards to that. And that's about the best conclusion I can come up with. Anyway, guys, see you next time. Bye for now.